Welcome back, time to newcomers. I'd like to apologize to State's attorney. Last episode we find out Vera Misham was the forger, not Drew. Drew was just a face. In this episode we find out more about that. So, let's see. What to press here, what to press. The envelope came after my first work. What was your first work? By other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point?
Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings.
For instance?
For instance, a letter someone had written. Or a fingerprint left upon a cup. Or a signature on a document. A seal upon a letter.
None of this makes her sound very innocent at all.
And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Drew Misham.
A new industry?
The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words.
Uh-oh. Father handled the deal. Received the stamp that was in that envelope. What do you mean you received it?
Did I do something wrong?
You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back, atroquinine.
A moment, Air Forehead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fräulein Vera. Why did you receive this stamp?
Is something wrong?
It was beautiful.
Ah, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps?
Yes, I think it was.
So, you didn't know about the poison? I guess not.
So the trap failed by chance, by mistake, thanks to his commemorative stamp.
Quite the close call. After that job, we moved to the current studio. The red envelope came after she'd completed her first job. That makes it a letter from her client, whoever wanted a forgery made. Okay, we're close. We did this last episode. Alright. Let's just keep pressing things. So, these things you were making, you mean paintings, identical to other paintings, right?
The closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too.
Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work?
My first painting sold when I was 12.
Your Honor! She had no idea what she was doing was illegal.
Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery.
True. Please, tell us more about the envelope. This envelope that may have well killed your father.
Alright.
So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in.
Apparently not.
About this commemorative stamp. Could you tell us more about it?
It was very pretty. And more than that,
Yes?
it was a picture of people I liked at the time.
Ah, this is something new.
Oh, you know what's coming. Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein.
The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I
Favorite
kept it.
magicians, huh? Do they look anything like this? Wait, no, not the Gramarye envelope. We want the magic show. Those magicians you liked. Was it this bunch?
Apollo! They're not a bunch!
I see. Still, I have to wonder. Why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter? Good question.
Well, pretty stamps are always better, and you can't beat true Gramarye.
But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin. Prosecutor Gavin?
Gramarye?
What's with Gavin?
Might I ask just one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. Please, tell me, what exactly did you make?
Can I ask what?
No! Answer the question, now!
Prosecutor Gavin! You're usually not the one whose volume concerns me.
Yes, it is unbecoming of me. I apologize. But I must know. Please, Miss Misham, tell me.
It was a book. A single page in a book.
A book? Please be more specific.
It was a handwritten book. Like a diary.
No! I don't know!
What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Misham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover, yes or no?
How did you know?
Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her.
He's told you nothing, has he? You're soiled Solimenta. Nothing.
Sully who?
Phoenix Wright. Who else?
Daddy?
He never told you about the trial 7 years ago? About how he came to lose his attorney's badge.
Ah,
It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat.
what? Phoenix Wright tossed out of the profession by false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence is this girl standing right in front of me? Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham, you, to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it?
We only met once.
You met the client? Well, who was it?
It was... It was...
What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again.
Yes, that. Is there something about me?
I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book. The diary.
Who was it? Vera!
The devil.
Defendant Vera Misham. Condition: unconscious. Examiner's diagnosis: acute atroquinine poisoning. This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Misham. Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. She is currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case, at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colors. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. And that is where we must go. To find the whole truth. To be continued right now. We're getting to the flashback case, guys. And this case is going to be extremely weird because I don't believe I voiced anybody in this case but the judge. Also, another heads up, Phoenix is not going to be voiced by Nintendo LP in the flashback case for various reasons, but you will love the voice actor that I picked out for him. So, enjoy!
Showdown time.
I lost.
It's only a game of poker.
A game I've played for a long time, and only lost twice.
Who was the first?
The man I killed, of course. Well, it seems I've found a partner I've been looking for all along.
Over a game of cards?
Why, yes, over a game of cards.
That was how we first met. 7 years ago.
April 19th, 9:27. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2.
Whew, okay. It's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Gotta try and relax. Ah, good morning, Mr. Enigmar.
I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly.
I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared.
I understand I am asking the impossible of you.
Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards.
And that was enough.
Actually, it wasn't. Trust me.
Morning, Daddy!
Ah, I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I'm fine as always. This old boy is here to help me after all.
That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks! My first shells today, after all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about?
Ow! Old boy!
Huh? Me? Look what he started.
Here.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
What's this? A memo for you or some such?
Not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. I'll give it a read later.
Well, how do you feel about the trial today?
We'll get through it. Somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy here.
Ah, an easy win then, yes?
They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. Of course, there's one of those every year.
The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in. But allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So, do your best, but do not worry.
First time a defendant's ever given me a pet speech. I'll do what I can.
I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict.
Impossible?
Yes. Isn't that right, Trucy?
Yep, you bet, Daddy.
My first look at the case was only yesterday. And the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can, for their sake.
I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright.
My client is Shadi Enigmar, known to the world as Zak Gramarye, a widely popular magician star of Troupe Gramarye. His mentor, Magnifique Gramarye, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic, until he was shot dead. And Zak Gramarye is the suspect.
Court is now in session for the trial of Shadi Enigmar.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Is the prosecution ready?
I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really. It's,
Buzzkill? Is this some new kind of crime?
one of the worst. This is a trial, yeah? Where the sweaty palms are pounding hearts. A governor's concert's got 10 times the thrills this gig's got.
Who, were you again?
Klavier. Klavier Gavin. I came to get the party started Legally, yeah.
Gavin? Defense attorney Christoph Gavin?
Ah, figures my bro's more famous in this part of town.
Klavier Gavin. Lead singer for the mega hit band The Gaviners. You're out of your league, rock boy.
I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, rock boy. True. My debut single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love, went platinum overnight. But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah?
Talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro rock accent, by the way. But those sunglasses make you look like a jackass.
I'm just getting warmed up, Attorney Wright.
Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case.
Achtung, baby. Time to call on the opening act. What was his name again? Yes, Detective Gumshoe. Hit it.
Gumshoe's in the house, pal.
And you are?
Hey, you were the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct.
Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see.
Hey, you!
Huh? Me?
Today's the day, pal. Today I win and you lose. I got confidence in my testimony today, see?
What? You normally lack confidence in your testimony?
A detective. This is my stage. Can the antics.
Huh?
Or this hey youing and such. And I could care less about your history together.
Ugh.
Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand.
It happened 6 days back, in a room at the General Hospital. The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient, asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bam, lights out. Them's the facts.
Not so long ago, the victim, Zak Gramarye, was a famous man. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were.
Ah yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnify to one of my generation, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare.
Yes, though I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Gramarye has made quite a name for themselves.
Anyhow, the retired Magnify's been in the hospital for the last year. What was it? A mole ignorant tutor or something. Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah.
A malignant tumor, perhaps?
In other words, he had liver cancer. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact.
Magnify's chart added to the court record. The facts do seem simple enough. But something's not right.
The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Why not wait for him to knock 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 on heaven's door? Why shoot him?
I wouldn't have put it so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim is about to die?
Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes.
Diabetes?
In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin when he was shot with a pistol. The syringe was found at the crime scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, The victim was clearly at the end of his life.
Small syringe added to the court record. I believe the question before us is clear, then. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had?
Very well, Detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting.
Yes, sir.
The circumstances.
Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir.
What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting?
Those are the facts. I have here the letter in question.
Magnifies letter added to the court record. Very unusual indeed. Although, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger, I wonder?
I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter.
You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court?
Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir.
One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason?
The devil is in the details, our attorney.
Well, was there some reason?
As it turns out, there was. Every night for a half hour starting at 11 o'clock. The victim, Zak Gramarye, was given an IV.
An IV?
An IV for Gramarye.
Yes, there it is in the picture, off to the side of the bed.
At 11 o'clock, a doctor would come to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happened every night without fail.
So that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption. During his IV.
Very well, shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would.
What's this reason he couldn't refuse? I wonder. He could have at least mentioned it to me!
The circumstances. Alright, let's see here. Okay, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter.
I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to continue this next episode. Rate, comment, subscribe, favorite. And next episode, we continue tearing apart Gumshoe's testimony. See you guys next time.